Happy Pride. I have combined the rainbow flag with the U.S. flag because patriotism comes in all shapes and sizes and colors. I could say more, but I'll refrain. Welcome to Althea. My name is Rick Kitzman, and how many first-timers do we have here today? One, two. Welcome. We have a rose for each of you, and if you would like to give us your email address, that's the best way to get information from what's going on here, and we can. Carnation. Sorry. And so everybody else who sees you with a flower, say hello, welcome our new attendees today. So thank you, and we will hope that you come back. Today we celebrate Pride Day all over the world, and it has its beginnings in 1969, June 29th through July 23rd. It was a bar, it was raided, and the people there just said, this is enough, and they started rioting for 3 days. The cops were barricaded inside the bar, humiliating day. And what's amazing, though, is that, I can't remember exactly when, it might have been last year or the 50th anniversary, the police of New York City apologized to the gay community. And that was, I think, pretty momentous. Yeah. That says a lot about their leadership. A lot. We are going to go immediately into our opening prayer. So if you would please just sort of get settled and get quiet, and in the middle of it we'll have about 60 seconds of just contemplation and just sort of get connected. So just breathe. I know for me, what always settles me down is just taking some deep breaths, about 3 of them or 4. Because when you control your breath, you quiet your mind, you quiet your heart, you quiet the world around you. And we come to that connection with the divine. We come to that place where that essence that breathes us, that is us, is felt, is treasured, is present. It's always there, it's always speaking to us, but the world is so noisy. And it is in these moments that we can finally focus and connect. And yes, I know it was maybe troublesome getting here, and the traffic, and rushing, etc., etc., etc. But you're here. All of us are here together, for this is a community. This is what community means. And yes, we celebrate Pride today, but we know that the LGBTQ, did I say that right? LGBTQ plus IA, alphabet soup here. we are all united to each other. It doesn't matter what letter of the alphabet you identify with. We are all united to each other. And yes, we celebrate coming out, but there are a myriad ways of coming out. We come out being a parent, being a child, being a son, being a daughter. We come out in so many different ways. Always revealing more and more of the truth of who we are. We come out as kind-hearted. We come out as strong. We keep the weakness back in that closet, and we step out, and we with joy and peace and serenity present our faces to the world. And we declare, this is who I am. And here we declare, this is who we are. And so just take 1 minute and just think about how you come out. What closet of sadness, of weakness, would you like to just put in the past? And just focus on the joy of letting whatever it is you want to let go. And just focus on what that would feel like for the next minute. We bring our focus back to this room. And we use this time today, gathered today, to regenerate that joy of going back into the world. We replenish ourselves with community and being with like-minded people, and to just express the joy of being with people. To be here in this beautiful sanctuary on this beautiful, glorious day, in this beautiful city, in this beautiful state of Colorado. And that beautiful blue Colorado sky. What joy, what appreciations we have for just this moment. And we take this with us, going forward, out and back into the world. And we can present to the world this peace and this harmony that we get from Althea today. And so with a heart filled with gratitude, I simply bless this moment and bless this day. And I bless all people, no matter who or what kind of person they are. I bless all religions, all spiritual practices. For there is only one. There is only one. And whatever we felt in our little meditation, we just let it go. We just say in our hearts, we just let it go. And so it is. Amen, amen, amen. Sorry. So in addition to the sanctity of this moment, and I apologize, but I'm all about getting a laugh, so it's part of the joy of being alive, right? So, this building stands because of the founders of our First Divine Science Church. This represents the First Divine Science Church, and these 4 women, Melinda Kramer, Nona L. Brooks, and her sisters, Fanny Brooks James and Alethea Brooks Small, and I believe Kate Bingham was a daughter. They're responsible for this building. 100 years next year. 4 women, 5 women, and it's just extraordinary consciousness of abundance and connection to the divine. And we are their inheritors. We have inherited this, and what a blessing it is. So in honor of that, we're going to read, and if you have your statement, right? We have programs today, right? Althea's statement of being is directly from this New Thought philosophy. God is all, both visible and invisible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. We are individualized expressions of God and are ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. And that brings us to where's Steve? Stephen. There he is. We are going to go right into our message today. Our speaker for today is Stephen J. Burge. Did I say that right, Burge? Okay. Pride, bravery, and allyship. He's an actor and an educator who landed in Denver following national tours, so he's quite the performer. He was in And Then They Came for Me, Remembering the World of Anne Frank, and A Christmas Carol. His varied career has yielded him the opportunity to work with Broadway veterans, and so please welcome Stephen Burge.
Hi. Yes, what Rick said is true. That is true. My name is Stephen J. Burge, and I am a local actor, although, if I'm being totally honest with you, I am experiencing imposter syndrome like I have never experienced imposter syndrome before, and I actually dated a woman for 4 years, so that's saying a lot about my level of imposter syndrome right now. Because it has been more than 18 months since I've done any kind of public speaking in front of a group of live human beings. And it has been a year, almost to the date, since I've done any kind of theatrical work, and it was not produced locally. It was produced out of New York, and it was a virtual thing. So again, it wasn't with sharing space with human beings. And I'm here specifically because I'm a public speaker and an actor, and also because I am out and proud and gay, but I also haven't been on a date in like more than 18 months. I definitely sort of leaned into the pandemic when I was like, oh, I'm too scared. I'm scared of the germ. Sorry, I can't go out with you. Really, I'm just scared of dating, so that's why I didn't. Like, I'm not scared of relationships. I would love the idea of having dated and then be in a relationship, which is also the way I think about death, actually. Like, I'm not really scared of the entity of death, because that is what it is, right? But I'm real scared of going through the process of dying to get to death. And as I speak that out loud, I realize that's probably a topic for another talk, and that audience is my therapist. Dating and death, right? Okay, so The germ, as I call it, took a lot from a lot of people. And so it is very hard for me to say in front of you, I kind of lost my sense of self in the germ. Because the germ took people's livings, it took people's lives and their families. It took so much from so many people that to stand up in front of anybody and try to compare, oh, it took my sense of self, it took my identity, feels inauthentic to what it took from other people. And I also wonder if some of you might have felt something similar, if perhaps being at home so much made you forget who you were before it happened, made you forget what your big dreams and goals were before it all happened. And if that's true for you, I want to honor that. It's definitely true for me, but I also have to say that having lost that sense of self, something else happened, and that is, I'm not sure I care. Like, all of a sudden, all these things that were so important to me, all these identifiers that were so important to me, suddenly don't feel as important to me. And what is important to me, I find, is the group of people that have stayed in my life, that have surrounded me, and the part that I have helped to surround them, these community members. That's what's really important. And somebody said, oh, Rhonda, I know her. She came. Thanks. Hi, Rhonda. So I think that that's important to lean into, as much as the sense of loss, but also the sense of possibility and who you might become as a result of this. And I know that just showing up here today was kind of an act of bravery for me, because it has been so long. So just coming here and saying, I'm going to do this, and I'm not really sure what's going to come out of my mouth, but it'll be fine. And if it's not fine, at least I experienced bravery, right? And I know that there are people, particularly in the acting community, who they decided to just leap into virtual programming. They were like, I'm going to do a virtual cabaret. I'm going to do a one-person show, blah, blah, all this kind of stuff. They stayed an actor. They held on to that as much as they could. And it just doesn't translate. And I found that there are two things I won't do. I will not make fun or talk smack about my friends who explored their theater and artistry through virtual programming, and I will not watch their virtual performances. No. I paid for them, and I logged in so that my name popped up, and every once in a while I would take a break from Bridgerton. Thank God for Bridgerton and the Duke, right? I would take a break from that and type in, really great job, you sound great, and then just mute it again and keep watching, right? So everyone sort of explored that, and what I find is that however we did it is enough. And I don't know about you, but I got told that the way I showed up was not right, that I did it wrong, that I didn't suffer enough, that I didn't show up enough when there were rallies and these kinds of things, or write enough letters. And so I started to feel a great sense of shame as well. And so when this day came around, this pride situation came around, I started to think about what it means to be proud. There's always the question every year from a certain segment of our population that's like, why do the gays need pride? Well, actually, they probably say, why do the gays need pride? But what is gay pride? Why don't I have straight pride? And I'm like, well, that's for you to answer, sir, not me. But so I thought, okay, I'm going to have empathy around this thought process, and I'm really going to try to understand this for myself. And so I started to think, what is the opposite of pride? Shame. Yeah, it's going to get a little bit interactive here in a minute, so practice that. Yes, shame is the opposite of pride, and I decided that it's possible that it's called gay pride because gay, not shame, is less impactful, right? Gay pride. So I then started to think, what am I proud of? And I started to make a list. And here's some things that I personally am proud of. I am proud that I survived high school and the bullying that came with it without killing myself or killing anybody else. I can't tell you, as an actor person, how much that sound means to me. I am proud. Okay, wait, this one's a hard one. These are two sentences. I am a survivor of a childhood sexual assault that was committed against me by a minister. I am proud, that happened at the age of 12, and I am proud that I came out the other side of that with some sense of my faith still intact, and some connection to God still intact. I'm proud that I came out that. Thank God, I want to come every week to here. And I am proud that that also helped me realize in a lot of ways what gay is and what gay is not. That man was not gay, he was married to a woman, he was a predator. And gay is not a predator, and that really helped, right? I'm proud that I came out at all, because that was pretty scary, and I did it pretty unwillingly, but afterwards, I came out and I was just like as gay as possible, all around, right? And then I am proud that I somehow embraced all of the things that are true for me, and I started to incorporate it into my career. And I have been able to make some percentage of my income from 10% to 100% through performing, through teaching, and the best jobs that I've had, both in terms of my heart and in terms of my finances, have been jobs where I was playing gay. I started to turn down straight roles, and I just was like, I'm gonna play the gay guy. I'm gonna be the gay guy in your play, and I'm gonna be the gay guy in your play, and I'm the gay in Denver, right? So, and I have a lot of pride around that, not just embracing it in life, but in career and sort of living out loud in that way. Then here's like a personal thing. I'm proud because I quit drinking during the pandemic. When everybody else started drinking, I quit because and so all of those things I hold on to the pride for, right? But they all are attached to shame as well. So I started to list that as well. I'm proud that I survived high school, but I am ashamed that I let the bullying happen, that I didn't stand up. I am proud that I came out the other side of that childhood sexual assault, but I still have shame that I did not do more to press charges, to pursue some kind of retribution, and that as a result of my silence, other people probably were hurt. I have a lot of shame around that. I'm proud that I came out, but I am still pretty ashamed at some of my behaviors when I came out. I was very, very unkind to people who were not at the same place in their journey as I was, and I am ashamed at how I treated them. I am proud that I embraced who I was and I incorporated it into my career, but I am ashamed that I had to start this by admitting that my career became so much a part of who I am that I don't know who I am without it. I'm ashamed that I let that happen. And I am proud that I quit drinking, maybe above all right now, because I'm not hungover doing this, can you imagine? But I'm ashamed that I had already quit drinking once, and then all of this happened, and other pain happened, and I turned to that coping mechanism again. Fell off indicates like it wasn't my fault. I dove into a big old vat of wine. I did not fall off the wagon. I dove off it into a vat of wine. And I'm ashamed that I let that happen to me. But I feel like we can either live in what we're proud of, or we can live in what we're ashamed of. And I think I'm going to choose pride. And now, oh my gosh. And now this is where you all come in. I don't know how many of you are a member of the LGBTQAI2 plus community, but I know that by being here, you're at least an ally, and I guess there's a couple first-timers. If you didn't know you were going to come to a gay church, but you didn't leave, then congratulations, you're well on your way to being an ally. Yay for you. So I have this little story about allyship specifically and bravery, and it comes from the south suburbs of Colorado. A friend of mine lives down south in a neighborhood that is relatively conservative, but trying, and it will remain nameless, so no one has any judgments. And she called to say, hey, is there a new gay flag? Because there seems to be a battle of gayery happening in the neighborhood where someone put up a traditional rainbow flag, and then a house across the way put up a flag that had the triangle and the blue and the pink, and then those people put that one up, and then these people put up the one that included black and brown for our colored, our brothers and sisters of color, and ultimately it became this weird passive-aggressive battle, as I understand it, about who could be a better ally through flags. And And ultimately, I guess somebody's feelings got really, really hurt, and the flag came down in this house, and I was like, I have to be honest, I don't really know all the new iterations of the flag, so maybe I'm a bad gay. No, I am a bad gay, but I mean, maybe that's one more reason why I'm a bad gay, because I don't know all the iterations of the flag, but I feel really badly for the person who decided to stop trying, who was told that their allyship was wrong, the way they were showing up was wrong, and they stopped trying. So I want to say to you that if there is any group of people for whom you have tried to be an ally, or for whom you would like to be an ally, and you don't really know how to do it, I think the first thing to do is just do exactly what you did today, and that is show up. You know, show up with the intent to be an ally, and if you don't know how to do it, ask somebody. Somebody will tell you how to do it, or at least give you an idea of how to do it, right? And I can also tell you that it's not going to be right for everyone every single time. So just do the best that you can. Lead with pride and love the way you have by coming here today, and I think that everything will become more successful, more cohesive, or at least that's my hope, more loving and community-centered if we are just working together with the intent to be the best version of ourselves, the best version of allies that we can be. So, when you came in here, yep, clap for me. Yep, that girl. When you came in here, some people gave you two pink pieces of paper. I would love it if you took out a pen. Did you also get a pen? I guess I should have asked for. Oh, good, yay. And on one piece of pink paper, I want you to write a way that you have showed up for some community. I want you to write a way that you've shown up, that you've shown allyship, and hopefully that it's something that brings you pride, okay? And I'm just going to step back and let you think about that. I kind of want Rick to play that song while they think. Is that rude? Is that okay? Can I just put you on the spot like that, like a big old jerk? Yeah. See, I'm a bad gay. I do things like this to people. Oh, yeah, okay. So there's a piece of paper. Think about a time when somebody needed your allyship, or maybe you just showed up and you were an ally. You chose allyship. You chose to defend somebody. You chose to speak up for somebody. You chose to show up for somebody. And just sit in that for a second and think about how that made you feel, and then write it down. It doesn't have to be a whole paragraph. It can be when I came to church this morning. It can be when I engaged in a Facebook fight with an overt racist. It can be anything that gives you a sense of engaging in a meaningful way on behalf of somebody else. Is that good? Okay. Okay, you got those, yeah? Okay, great. You can fold those in half, and some people are going to pass around a basket, and you can just throw those in. And while that basket is coming, put your folded pieces of allyship into this basket. And then I'm going to let you think of a time when you maybe are experiencing the other side of this, the shame feeling. Is there a time when you didn't show up? Is there a time when you didn't use privilege? Is there a time when you could have spoken up and didn't? And I don't want you to dwell on that. That is 1,000% not the point. I just want you to be aware of it and write down 1 or 2 words, not a sentence. Maybe it's just somebody's name. Maybe it's a place. Maybe it's just 1 or 2 words that you know means I could have done a little bit better in my allyship in that moment, okay? And we won't even have music playing. We'll just sit in our ugly silence of failure. Happy Pride. I feel like we're getting close to wrapping up. It seems like people have put their pride in a basket, and you have your less prideful moment jotted down. Thanks. Normally in church, when the baskets come forward, it's full of money, and I wish that were the case today, so I can just take that. But I'll take your pride moments instead. These are my positives. Okay, thank you. So now, here we go. My list. Here's my list. Here are the moments that I am proud of. Here are the moments that I am not so proud of. I'm not so proud of these moments. I'm going to throw them away and get rid of them, all right? So you can hold on to that moment that you just wrote down. I don't need to see it. I don't need to know anything about it. I'm going to leave this basket back there, and when you leave this space, just throw it away. And when you throw away that moment of maybe less pride, I want you to really let it go. Stop thinking about it. Stop worrying about it. That is no longer taking up space in your heart or your mind or your body, and you will be left with a little more space for these, which I am now going to read. If you guys and girls and those who have yet to decide have good handwriting, I will read. Here are some things that your community members are proud of. Somebody wrote, overwhelmed Mike. I would like to hear that story. Somebody wrote, marching in a pride parade with my daughter. Somebody wrote, when I spoke up to a person about how she talked behind our resident's back. Somebody spoke up for somebody. Maybe work on your penmanship. Maybe you could be more proud of that. I show up for my gay friends. On behalf of my gay friends, thank you. Let's see, we'll do two more. Once again, some penmanship matter. Penmanship matters, people. Ooh. When my oldest best friend told me he was gay, and I said, it takes one to know one. We're going to end on that. That's a great one. So we have this basket full of these moments of pride, full of ways that you've been an ally. This is what we are holding on to. You're throwing away your any moments that you're less proud of. I'm going to wrap up today in a way that I didn't think I was going to wrap up. I believe in connection. I believe in synchronicity. And here is what happened this morning. I came here. I was feeling like I was an imposter. I was scared I was going to fail. I was scared that Ginny was going to never invite me back. And I did it anyway. And I was sitting in that little office. And I saw Naomi. Naomi auditioned for me yesterday. And she did great. In a theater, not knowing that I was going to talk, and I didn't know who she was, she auditioned for me in a show I'm going to direct for the holiday season yesterday. Also, she did really, really great. Don't tell her, but I'm probably going to call her back. Okay, so there's that. Then this gentleman over here, his name is Mel. He was one of my first friends that I made in Denver when I moved here in 2003, and I have periodically seen him, but I have not seen him for years and years and years, and he hasn't been in this space for years, and he was here the day I was here. Crazy talk, bonkers talk. And then Rick was playing a song that appeared in the last show that the theater where I work, that song was in the last show that we were doing before the germ shut us down. And I was getting so nervous, and I heard this very uncommonly performed song playing from the piano as I was feeling disconnected and scared and everything. The last song that I heard in a live theater before everything shut down is the first song I heard when I came back to take the stage. That is... So I thank all of them for, without knowing it, welcoming me back. I thank all of you for welcoming me back. I thank all of you for these moments of pride and allyship, and I encourage you to hold on to these, throw away the moments of shame, and just be the best version of yourself that you can be, all right? You're part of my community. I hope I'm part of yours. Thank you.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Daryl, wherever you are. That was phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal. And this poem is somewhere over the rainbow could be the anecdote to this poem, which is not very happy. It's called Dear Gay Bashers by Jill McConnell. The night we got bashed, we told Rusty how they drove up, yelled queer, and threw a hot dog and sped off. Rusty, now is that gay bashing, or are they just calling you queer? Good point. Josie pitied the fools who buys a perfectly good pack of wieners and drives around San Francisco chucking them at gays? And who speeds off, missing the point, the pleasure of the bash? Dear bashers, you should have seen the hot dog hit my neck. The scarf Josie sewed from antique silk kimonos, so gay. You missed laughing at us, confused, your raw hot dog on the ground. Josie and Rusty and Bob made fun of the gay bashers, and I wash my scarf in the sink. I use Woolite. We worry about insurance, interest rates, not hot dogs thrown from F-150s, homophobic freaks. After the bashing, we used the ATM in the sex shop next to Annie's social club, smiled at the kind owner, his handlebar mustache. Astrud Gobolter sang, tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema. And the dildos gleamed from the walls, 100 cheerful colors. In San Francisco, raisin hot dogs. Pity the fool. Ast-sized penguins, cock after cock in azure acrylic, butterscotch glass, anyone's flesh tone, chrome.
Hard to know how to follow that. But we will follow that. It's now my pleasure to have Tim Wilson come up. Where are you? There he is. Tim Wilson, yes, he is the founder of our Mariposa, which is our LGBTQ group here at Althea, and it's such a pleasure to have him here today.
So 2 years ago, we were marching in the parade, and Steve was our speaker that Sunday too, and didn't have much of an audience. So first I want to thank everyone who's here today, so he had an appropriate audience. Thank you, Steve, for your uplifting energy and love and spirit. The Board of Althea approved Mariposa Embracing Wholeness at its board meeting in May of 2017, and we spent that summer researching getting surveys, doing focus groups, and later that fall had an open house. And in January 2018, we started having some regular programming. When Dr. Jonathan Ellerby came to us a little over 7 years ago, one of the first things he talked to me about was having some LGBTQ programming. And we did some things, different days of the week, different kinds of things, but at some point we had a discussion about we really need to make this a permanent, ongoing program. So I'm very honored to be in service doing this work that Reverend Jody Stevenson says is my sole purpose work. I think most of you understand that. 3 years ago, for 2018, was the first time that Althea had a contingent in the Pride Parade. And Dr. Jonathan, with my input, designed the banner that we have. It's really just so beautiful, and we're glad that we found a way to have it on display today. I want to thank Daryl and Jason and the others who helped with that little endeavor. On May 22nd of this year, which was would have been Harvey Milk's 91st birthday, I think, our little group met, and Susan, our extraordinary administrator, created a little video for us, and hopefully we're going to be able to show it now. It's a 30-second video that was created for the virtual Pride Parade, which I believe premiered last night on Channel 7, and I think they're going to show it a couple more times today. I don't know the exact schedule, but you might be able to watch the whole parade. It's like your car in the winter, it has to warm up.
We are Mariposa, embracing wholeness, an all-volunteer LGBTQ program at the Althea Center for Gay Spirituality in the heart of Capitol Hill. We offer diversity dialogues on first Wednesdays, plus additional special events and activities throughout the year. All of our programming is created for the entire Althea Center family and also the larger Denver community. Check us out. Everyone is welcome here.
So that's our little plug. We wanted to do it in front of this beautiful historic building. I meet so many people that are familiar with the building but don't know all the incredible things that are going on inside. So at this time, I would also like to thank anyone who has come to one of our programs, anyone who has volunteered. Maybe it was just singing in our little Pride chorus that you'll hear a little later for the first time, or providing transportation to an event. Whatever anyone has done, we appreciate it. From the beginning, though, there are two individuals who have really been examples of what service means. And so today we want to give 2 volunteer awards from our Mariposa program. At this time, I'd like Judith Witten to come up. Judith, where are we? Some of you who are newer may not know that Judith has been of service to Althea for many, many years. She was president of the board of trustees when Dr. Jonathan came to us during the last period when we didn't have a spiritual director. But once we started the Mariposa program, Judith and her wife Marilyn became my most enthusiastic supporters, financially, emotionally, in every way possible. Judith has hardly missed a single program. She's always the first one to volunteer. She is the epitome of a volunteer extraordinaire. Volunteer Award presented to Judith Witten with great gratitude and sincere appreciation for your enthusiasm to assist with every program and activity in support of Althea Center's Mariposa program over the last 4 years.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And Daryl, would you like to come up? You're sort of at home on the stage, but maybe I can embarrass you a little. Yes, but I'm having you come over here. Okay. So even before we officially opened the office, we spent the summer getting the office ready. From the beginning, Daryl has been involved. He has done some amazing projects in the office upstairs to make it a beautiful, safe space, helped me with so many projects. He sang at the open house. He's been on programs. I mean, he just does whatever he's asked. And with joy and love and service, he's on our Althea board. He helps with maintenance of the building, but he has been an extraordinary support to this program. Volunteer Award presented to Daryl Johnson. With great gratitude and sincere appreciation for all the work that you have done in support of the Althea Center's Mariposa program over the last 4 years. Thank you so much.
I'm supposed to know about what's going on in the program.
Lastly, I just want to say that we have an information table at the back with the rainbow flag and umbrella, and you're welcome to take any of the items on that table. We have a new intern. This is something new for us. We have an intern who started yesterday. Her name is Sasha Smith. Please stand up. So, some of you may know Sasha because before the children's program closed, Sasha was helping Courtney in the children's program. Sasha just graduated a year early from Arizona State University Prep Academy and wanted to do an internship. So she started yesterday and is going to work through the end of the year, and then she starts college in January. So we are thrilled to have her. We'll be doing some training modules, which will be open to our Mariposa group, email group, who want to also participate. For those who have not seen the office, if you go up this back stairwell, out the library here and up, you'll be at the office. After the service, Sasha will be at the table here, and I'll be upstairs at the office if you'd like to come see our office. Thank you so much. It's a joy to be here at Althea Center.
Test, test, test. All right. This song is dedicated to all of the beautiful queer people in the world. and suddenly it's hard to breathe. Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down. I am beautiful in every single way. Yes, words won't bring me down. Oh no. So don't you bring me down today. To all your friends, you're delirious, so consumed in all your gloom. Now in the emptiness, the piece is gone. You left the puzzle undone. Is that the way it is? You are beautiful, no matter what they say. Yes, words can bring you down. Oh no, you are beautiful in every single way. Yes, words won't bring you down. No, no. So don't you bring me down today.
No matter what they do,
no matter what they do,
no matter what they say,
no matter what they
there's
say,
a song inside the tune,
yeah,
full of beautiful mistakes. And everywhere we go,
and everywhere we go,
the sun will always shine.
The sun will
Tomorrow
always,
we'll awake
always
on the other side.
We are beautiful in every single way. Yes, words won't bring us down. No, no. We are beautiful no matter what they say. No words won't bring us down. No, no. So don't you bring me down today. Oh, so don't you bring me down today. So don't you bring me down today. Thank you, thank you.
Oh my gosh. I have to catch my breath here. Thank you so much. My God. Well, I doubt that there has been a better Sunday service in the entire state of Colorado and maybe the whole damn nation. I mean, what an amazing service. And yes, I know now is the time to open up your hearts and give what you can to make sure that this continues. And we're going to have our ushers. We're actually back to pre-COVID time where we are passing the basket. And then when they're done, they'll bring it forward and we'll have Judith give us a blessing. ushers, if you will bring your baskets forward, and Judith.
May the days that beckon the journey open a space between what is and what will be. A space of emptiness waiting to be filled. May the things that sit at the edge of revelation move silently into that emptiness. May they be noticed with attention and claimed as gifts given from the holy hand of Spirit. When the gifts have been offered and received, may your soul be filled with gratitude to God who initiated the journey and provided the blessing. We offer these blessings for your gifts in the spirit of all that is, and thank you with deep gratitude. Amen.
Thank you. Now is the time for announcements. We move them to the end. Ginny usually gets up and tells us what's coming. We've got some, we're going to forego that today because it's been a full day. But we have some very exciting services coming up in the month of July. We have our very own Nancy Driver, who's going to be doing July 4th. So put on your red, white, and blue and come to see an incredible service. Also, a dear friend of mine, Cindy Cleveland, so good I can't remember her name. She's a dynamite speaker, and you will really enjoy her. I think she's on the 18th. Don't forget to stop by and see Mariposa's office. It is such a joyful space. You really should stop by and see it. It's on the second floor. And don't forget Mariposa table in the back here. We have Kathy Humphrey's class. It's a sharing group each week. Don't forget that. It's on Thursdays from 11 to noon. Suzanne Hunt is having actually a free 1-hour introduction to her healing meditation workshop. And find out more, connect with your energy, and that's going to be this Saturday. Or was it already? It was just this past Saturday. Right? Is Suzanne here? Oh, there you are. Oh, okay, the replay is out. All right, good deal. So check that out. We have a gong bath. That is today. And so with Greg Wilkins. So bathe yourself in a glorious range of vibrational frequencies. That is today. If you'd like to be part of Althea's visioning team going forward for this transition period that we're in, please note that on Sunday, July 4th at 12:15, Reverends Mary Jo Honiotis and Arika King will be leading us once again, because that is the foundation for getting us what we want. Mariposa is also hosting a potluck for July's first Wednesday, July 7th at 6 p.m. Community outreach. Do we have any members of the community outreach here today? If you would stand up. Or raise your hand. We have 2, 3. Okay. Dick, Sarma, and Suzanne, if you know of someone who needs a ride to the doctor, groceries, what other kind of services do you provide? Just about anything. Okay. A helping hand. And so we want to reach out to our community, so please know that we have that available, and just contact Sarma. We also need volunteers for Sunday services. Again, see Sarma. It's a wonderful way to give of your time and be a part of this glorious service. I think I'm running out of wind. Aren't you glad? Thank you so much to all of the volunteers. And yes, I remember prayer partners. I'm involved in the prayer partners, and I remembered to say, hey, we've got the prayer partners today. And we will have Mike and Connie will be in the prayer room, which is directly over here. We also have coffee after the service, and we have a little special option for you today. It's donuts. So check it out. We'll see how that goes over today. It's just something a little different. We're just trying out some different things. Thanks again to Susan, Daryl, Sarma, our musical guests, Daryl, Aaron, our greeters, and we have, let's see, a closing prayer. And then we will have another song.
So the last time I did this, people said that I disappeared behind the podium. And so we're going to try doing the prayer a little bit different. So let's take this opportunity to just close our eyes if that feels comfortable, and to just take that breath, to know that right here, right now, God is present. God in you, through you, as you. Each and every person within the sound of my voice and throughout the whole world is expressing God in its joy, in its wonder, in its beauty. We each, in our diversity, in our openness, and in our love, are alive to the wonder of life. And that expression of life is so beautifully unfolded in this community. So we give thanks for this day, for all that have participated and all that have been touched in their hearts and in their souls. So I let go. I say thank you. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, for the wonder that is Althea. And so it is. Amen.
And if you want more of that consciousness, have an affirmative prayer after service with Mike and Connie. And now we have our final song here from our wonderful chorale. We have Daryl. We have Christopher. We have Bob. We have Naomi. We have Kirk. Did I miss anybody? Mel. And Mel.
Yeah, good. Good. Thanks. Yeah. 525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year?
In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife, in
525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.
525,000 journeys to plan. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
In truth that she learned, or in times that he cried, in bridges he burned, or the time that she died.
It's time now to sing out the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of friends. Remember that love. Remember that love. Remember that love. Measure in love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.